going to, you can see it's on the hill, so this is an angled line there, but we're going to keep everything nice, and there's a little bit of a taper on that just because of the perspective of it, so we can stick with that if you want, or if you wanted to do it dead square as if you were standing sort of on the same or further back and getting a good picture of it. But I think I'll go for putting a little bit of a taper on that. So the taper is when you're looking up at something, you get the sort of third angle, third point perspective, 3-point perspective, is that things get smaller as they go up and away from you. If you think, you know, big towers, looking up at them, they get smaller. So I've got an HB pencil. We're going to say not use rulers or anything. We're going to block it out, get the sort of the proportions, get the windows and the roof and everything in. Put a suggestion of the other two buildings, I think, just to show that it is in a row. Then go in with the ink and then in with the watercolour. So I'm going to start off just going down in that slight angled bit in there, and to try and make sure that we can get it all onto our piece of paper. So I'm using the side of my palm and my finger to help me sort of just get a nice contact with the paper. So I'll do that straight first of all, and then just taper it off a little bit. So I think we've got that pillar there, we've got the castle streets. I'm just trying to get the proportions, so just putting those in lightly at the moment. We've got the window there, and then the pillar there. So that's about the portion of the shot. Let's just taper that a bit, because it does go uphill. Anybody that's walked up Castle Street knows that it is quite a steep hill. I've then got this jitty, or whatever you want to call it. Those not from Hinkley. Then we've got the upstairs bit, and then we've got the quite a shallow roof that goes off there. Then got a bit of the building at the side. So moving the pencil all the time, and to look at where the elements of the building are, and then we can begin to just go in with a bit more detail. So let's just mark where that window is as well. Quite a new window, isn't it? But there's not much to the top floor, is there really? Look at it. I don't know whether you could actually stand up in there. But so again, one of the older buildings of Hinkley. And what's nice about the book there is it just gives you a little history, just a sort of a few lines about the building. I'd like you to include that as well. So we've got like a double row at the top of the sign. Can't quite read what it says. Oh, it says, let's say Upper Castle Street. Then got Castle Street's fine confectionery. Is it 60 or 62 Upper Castle Street? It's not really Upper Castle Street, is it? We're Upper Castle Street, but and then we've got the big main. Just pulling that down a little bit to get quite a big sign actually. I need to make it a bit longer than I have. I've got this pillar here. A lot of the shops have this pillar. And we go in a bit for the entrance to the doorway. windowsill is straight, it's the bit underneath that isn't. Exaggerates the taper. And we've got these boxes with adverts in. So we'll give it a suggestion of what is in there by using the watercolour. So we probably won't put any ink into the window, or what's in the window. We'll just use paint for that. So we've got this jitty entrance here, which is nice to put in. Again, we've got a beams in there, we can see. It goes down, and then we've just got the beginnings of the, in fact it will be the bathroom place, won't it, that's next to it. We'll just put a suggestion that that is coming in, and then a little bit of what's happening on the other side. I'm not going to put the electrical sockets and things in, not particularly interested. And then we've got Johnson's next door. Again, another old shop that's been in the town a good long time. I think it was Gainer's mother that started it. Suggestion of where that is, and there's something next door. So within the sign we've got a little bit of lettering and jar of sweets and a castle. So let's see if we can draw a castle. Simplified castle. Best to draw it in pencil first, then we can go over it in ink, and hopefully it will not look too bad. Not a lot of space to get it in actually. Are you all getting on alright with this? Never noticed it's got this sign with a castle on it before. Right, we've now got to try and get the castle treat. So the T starts here. Let's see here. treats again above it, just in case you weren't sure what the name of the shop is. Suggestion. So we've then got the window above it, so that's the edge of the roof there. We've got that bit of guttering coming down, and then the window is a little bit below that, and it's not a very interesting window, just a rectangular one. Then we've got there building is. I think it's 16. I think it's that old.
The Queen's Head in Barwell was 1543. That was
Really?
a fortune, so I would imagine, yeah, 1600s is about alright.
I think this sort of few shops along here are the oldest. I mean, it's mid-1700s for here. And we've got another pouring window beside here. I suppose somebody lives above it, don't they? I don't think the owners do. I'm not going to put the drain pipe in, because that's not very nice. On your picture, look at where there's a sort of straight line in the roof, and then things will begin to taper to reach that angle, and the same on the other side.